Hi, I'm here with Daniel Nye. He is an attorney with Levin Papantonio, and he is handling the Valsartan national litigation. And basically, this is the case against Zantac. So walk me through this case. Why is this drug being recalled?
Well, we got tipped off from one of our experts about this problem about 3 months ago. And what we're finding is it's the same type of contaminant that we had with Valsartan, but at potentially much higher levels for a much longer period of time. So what happens is this molecule, Zantac, breaks down inside of the body and shears off what's called NDMA, which is a very genotoxic carcinogen that causes cancer at large volumes. Shears off large amounts of NDMA into the body, both in the stomach and in the kidney, and it causes cancer in numerous sites. When they want to test animals to induce them with the cancer, and they want to study that cancer inside of the animal, NDMA is the toxin of choice to induce that cancer. You will get a tumor 100% of the time, whichever organ you induce that NDMA. So this is a catastrophic problem, and it's coming to light now. The pharmacies have now realized it. They're pulling it off the market. We've now seen that Sanofi has recalled all the over-the-counter medication. I'm not sure you can purchase Zantac today in the US.
But people have purchased it, and people have taken it over the counter, and they've oftentimes taken it for a long time. What should people do who have been exposed to this?
Well, there's a lot of problems. If you've been exposed to it and you got a cancer after being exposed to it, I really think you should seek legal help immediately. If you don't have a cancer yet, you need to be following up with your doctor, letting them know that you took this Zantac and you were exposed to this carcinogen. The doctor may not realize the problem today, but in time, we're going to see more and more of this information is going to come out, and it's going to show that it's carcinogen. So the other thing, if you have an unexplained pain over a long period of time, get it checked out, because that could be your first sign of a cancer. I represent a lot of clients. Unfortunately, they checked out that unexplained pain too late, and that was the difference between them surviving the cancer versus not. And so getting those regular testing, if you're over 50 years old, get a colonoscopy. A lot of times that's how you find your colon cancer. You're at an increased risk of cancer if you took Zantac over a long period of time. There's no doubt about it. With these levels that are in this NDMA, absolutely increased risk of cancer.
What about the other generic versions of this ranitidine? Are they finding the same problem? Have those products been pulled from the market as well?
They're all the same molecule. So ranitidine is Zantac, but in its generic form. It doesn't have the name brand on it. It's the same molecule. It's been breaking down as NDMA for the last 35 years that it's been on the product, both name brand Zantac, but also generic brand ranitidine.
Has Sanofi, the French manufacturer, were they aware of this at any point until now?
Hard to tell. I mean, the
Okay.
first one that developed it was GSK, GlaxoSmithKline, and they were selling it for a long period of time. I would be suspicious, and I would think that they would be the ones most likely to know, at least early on. Hard to know who would know after that. Pfizer had it for some period of time. Boehringer Ingelheim had it for some period of time, and then it transferred over to Sanofi as the name brand over-the-counter medication. So any one of those four may have had some significant knowledge. And it's not like there hasn't been any information about this. There have been signals in the journal articles about this problem for some time.
Wow. So what can people do now moving forward if they have heartburn, they don't take this medication? Obviously, are there other brands of different drugs that also are showing problems that treat heartburn?
Well, it's a problem. I mean, PPI, which is omeprazole, has a similar
take
problem
that all the time.
So that's another one that it doesn't cause cancer at these incidence rates. It doesn't have this carcinogen. I mean, I would probably say if I were weighing it, Zantac's worse than PPI, but tried and true is probably just your good old-fashioned Tums. Compared to if you're looking at side effects and trying to minimize side effects, Tums has a couple things that talk about side effects. For the most part, it's more safe than those other drugs.
And so far, how many people have you spoken to that have been affected by this?
Well, I represent now over 500 clients who have gotten cancer after being contaminated with this NDMA medication. So, there's a large number of people that this is going to affect. Don't think that you have to have been diagnosed with cancer in the last year or 2 years. No, you could have been diagnosed in 2010. You could have been diagnosed in 2005. I mean, there's a large range. You do need to, take it for some period of time.
Yeah.
before you get diagnosed with the cancer. But that's something you should speak to an attorney about.
Can you share any stories of what kinds of people these are? Because it's very easy to forget the faces of the people who are affected by this.
Yeah.
It's not that you're just going after a corporation, you're going on
No
behalf of the victims of this.
Absolutely. And there are a lot of sad stories. It can be people that are elderly. We could be talking about people who are new parents, people that are in college. I mean, I've seen the whole spectrum, but even more than that, I represent a patient who was taking this as an infant because it's prescribed for infants who have acid reflux and was diagnosed with leukemia at the age of 4. And when you look at the pattern, the amount this infant was taking, it's highly explanatory that the Zantac may have been responsible for that leukemia diagnosis. So that happens. Also, pregnant women. It was indicated for pregnant women to take. And one of the issues that we're looking at is that it does appear that NDMA crosses the placental barrier and very well could give the child cancer as a result of it. So there's a wide range of people, unfortunately. I don't think any person's safe that is taking Zantac from this issue.
Daniel Nye, thank you so much. Thanks for your time.
This is an important message for our nation's veterans. If you served our country in the military between 2003 and 2015 and you suffered significant hearing loss, you might be entitled to compensation. Because the hearing protection you were issued may be at fault for the damage you suffered, but you need to act now. Your time to make a claim might be limited. Learn more at levinlaw.com/earplugs.